Hey everyone, it's Aisha here, and I'm back on the camera with all of you guys today because we're going to be talking about Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, or professionally known as Mozart. I believe that I don't really need a long introduction to introduce who Mozart is, who this historical figure is, because I believe that all of you guys have known a little bit of facts about him, or maybe his kind of backgrounds, or what Mozart has been doing over his lifetime. So I'm just going to dive right into the story that I'm going to tell all of you guys today. And yeah, thanks to But and our art project to make this Renaissance video, as this is the third part from what I've discussed before. The first video was all about the Renaissance era in general, the second one is about the Baroque period, and today we're going to take a look at Mozart's last pieces, or the last artwork that he believed that he's going to left this world for good. So he created this by his own feelings, or his own belief that he was about to die. And that's why we call this pieces that says lacrimosa as a requiem. Requiem means something that is related to that. I'm not comfortable by talking it, but requiem is something or a phrase that really gathers you into some kind of a world that we cannot really describe right now, because it's just a different world, you know, because a lot of comments, a lot of people has been commenting over the video that says that they felt like they are brought into this place that is some kind of a heaven, or maybe the world's in between. So we're just going to take a look at Lacrimosa today. Where do we begin with the story? So Lacrimosa, or Requiem of Mozart, is one of the most famous requiem in the world, because his death remains a mystery. It's either because of his disease that he has been officially deceased from like over the last 2 years before 1791, or because Mozart is poisoned by Antonio Salieri, who is a Russian musician. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because he is jealous of Mozart's greatness or golden era, where he is still young, as he died in the age of 35. So the thing that I'm really trying to give you the highlight to is that Requiem is something that is related to death, as what I've mentioned before. And what I wanted you to know, that Mozart has a strong feeling, and I'm going to use the Grand Hotel Budapest reference, where the old lady who has the painting of a boy with an apple, she has a strong feeling that she's going to be killed when she's going to travel somewhere, and so is Mozart. So he has this kind of a strong feeling that he is about to die. Not because of his disease, that he has been deceased for 2 years, but it's something else, you know. So he created this piece of music. It was perfectly built. It has no flaw, just like any other of his artwork pieces, but this one is just slightly different. I can see the lyrics through it. I can see the meaning of the lyrics through it, even though I have to translate it to English, of course. It was somehow connected to God, you know. He praises God this time because he is asking for somewhat a forgiveness, something that could really opens up his way up to heaven, or the last paradise. So that's one of the reasons why he created Lacrimosa. He cannot really finish this kind of artwork, as he has never been able to perform this or to introduce to the audience. So this artwork was actually handled or created by 4 others musicians who helped him through it. And we're going to see the name that we have in here, because Lacrimosa itself has 4 important characters that we should include into the story. One of them is also by Mozart himself, because he created most of the verses there, but not all of them, because he cannot really finish the Lacrimosa as his last piece, because it was nearly his death, and the song was also created by the year where he died, which is 1791. So Joseph Leopold Abler is also involved in this artwork, and this flawless artwork that really praises the God in heaven. Frank Xavier Sissemeyer and Robert Levin. So the third of them are responsible about this music. But as we dig even deeper into the story, they have a curse. They have somewhat a curse from the story. So Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, we're just going to oversimplify him as a Mozart. So Mozart has a call or a request from his kind of friend, which is not a normal person, as he has some kind of a class or some kind of a title that really describe him as a duchess or something like that. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm talking by the facts that I've known or I've explored through the internet. He delivered that because his wife Anna died because of some disease or something that really made Anna die because of it. I believe that it was a disease. So this guy, who is a friend of Mozart, he highly requested Mozart that please make a requiem or a mass of that really touches everyone's heart. And then Mozart later on, like, he crashes the art piece and he make that as a masterpiece. But it's not all of them. It's just weird, you know. Mozart has this kind of a touch from God. But later when he died, one of the musicians really tried to lead the show from it. Like, he become one of the composers. It's not a composer in exact. Like, something that really leads the show, you know, the guy who is responsible to lead the pack of violin players that is very talented. And this guy has successfully brought the show until the end of the show, until the very end of the phrase or the pieces that they have there. But then he died. He died in direct, in front of the stages. Can you believe that? The curse of it. And then the next performance, where in the Renaissance era, another guy bought it, as he is also responsible for the show. He also died from the Lacrimosa song. But years go on, and someone really said that it was just only a myth. So we're all just going to play Lacrimosa all over again, because we really thought that it was a very touching heart piece, or like how that described Mozart, that as he died at a very young age, 35. 35 is just the age where he's just going to grow as a man or something like that. So that's why Mozart Requiem is known as the most famous choral works in classical repertoire. That's all I know about the Lacrimosa, that has been altering this video for 8 minutes or 3 minutes, because it was originally only 3 minutes, because they have a very small phrases and their lyrics are incredibly short, but they are really reaching us out to know, to grieve, to have some kind of a sympathy to Mozart about how he died. Because I know that losing a big historical figure or a celebrity figure or anyone that really involved with the media, with the history, is not easy, especially with Mozart, with his huge innovation that really influenced the world. It's not easy. So that's one of the masterpieces that he strongly believed, that he really put his own talent, his last words in it. I think that's kind of my expressions, because I am even shocked by the story, and I don't know, I'm feeling this kind of a sympathy, a grief, or anything like that. So yeah, I think that really wraps up the story, and I really hope that that really helps your kind of questions about what kind of song is this, because you've been listening to it, and you must have been imagining in some stuff. I mean, like, we can really imagine some stuff, that we are entering a church, a holy place, a temple, or something like that with the song. But it's just different. It's different from the creation or the creators of this song that really involved 4 guys into it, including Mozart. So I think I really wrap up the song or the definition from it, or let's say it's just a story behind Lacrimosa. And I hope I'm just going to see you on the next art project that we're going to include even more historical figures, historical events, songs, or anything that's related to art. So yeah, see you, have a good night, take care, and I hope that you were staying as healthy as you can be, because we also have to be careful, even though you cannot really be too careful, but you really have to be extra careful with today's condition. So bye.